Are you contemplating the possibility of finding a girlfriend? In this video, we will go over the fundamentals you need to know if you are in this search. First things first, before you start asking people out or swiping right, you should think about why you actually want a girlfriend. It's tempting to think that a girlfriend can alleviate feelings of loneliness or insecurity, but true happiness comes from within, not from someone else filling a void in your life. In today's video, we'll discuss why being the best version of yourself is more important than finding a partner to fix you. By doing this, you can ensure that you're not only ready for a relationship, but also capable of positively contributing to one. So, if you're ready to rethink your perspective on dating and relationships, hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell to ensure that you never miss out on our future videos. Right now, shall we begin? First, the correct method. Stoicism encourages us to depend on ourselves, not on things outside of ourselves, for strength and satisfaction. In other words, if you want to be a good partner, you need to concentrate on controlling your emotions and boosting your self-esteem first. Only then will you be able to provide your relationship the support and stability it needs. Stoicism encourages us to depend on ourselves, not on things outside of ourselves, for strength and satisfaction. In other words, if you want to be a good partner, you need to concentrate on controlling your emotions and boosting your self-esteem first. Only then will you be able to provide your relationship the support and stability it needs. For example, you could start dating someone if you're lonely and think she would make you feel better. However, if you are always looking for your partner's approval, this might lead to a situation where you rely on them for your happiness, which could put a strain on your relationship due to your unsolved anxieties. If you put in the effort to improve your emotional well-being, boost your confidence, and discover personal fulfillment, you can approach relationships with strength and stability. Your partner will value this, and your relationship will be healthier and more balanced. On the other hand, if you rely on your partner too much, it can lead to an imbalance where they feel burdened by the responsibility of keeping you emotionally afloat. This isn't fair to them or sustainable in the long run. Possessing a solid emotional base enables you to provide your spouse with authentic support, love, and companionship, resulting in a win-win dynamic. When you put in the effort to become the best version of yourself, you'll be better able to form a healthy, happy partnership with another person. The key isn't to find someone to fix you, but to honor yourself and your future partner. So, if you're looking for a relationship, aim to be the most capable and confident version of yourself. By presenting your best self, you'll increase your chances of forming a fulfilling, positive, and healthy relationship. Getting things started on the path to a deep and meaningful bond. Second, passionate anticipations. If you're in a desperate need for a girlfriend, your standards can get twisted in unhealthy ways. Instead of looking for someone who shares your values, you might settle for anyone who pays attention to you. Too often, they narrow their focus to physical characteristics and ignore other, more meaningful aspects of a relationship. Values, family history, and preferred modes of expression. These qualities have a significant impact on the longevity and happiness of a relationship and might enhance your attractiveness to the ideal partner. Advises envisioning your ideal self before taking any action, even in your sexual relationships. The first step in finding a life mate who shares your values is taking stock of who you are and what you hold dear. If you want to build a strong, long-lasting relationship, it's not about attracting a lot of attention from every woman you meet, but rather about creating a meaningful connection based on mutual respect and shared principles. For example, instead of looking for someone who looks good, think about the kinds of conversations you want to have, how you want to spend your weekends, and how you handle life's challenges. A woman's preferences should be her first priority while dating, and she should never settle for a mate who doesn't fulfill her criteria if she knows what she wants. Minimizing aggravation and time lost. In this, if you want to stay out of toxic relationships and prevent emotional anguish, you need to get your priorities straight. Never forget that quality, not quantity, is what matters in a relationship. Having one deep, meaningful bond is better than having a string of superficial ones that don't last. By basing your romantic expectations on Stoic principles, you can increase your chances of finding a compatible partner and improve your overall well-being. Third, individual. Many people fool themselves into thinking they're ready for a relationship when, in fact, they have a hard enough time managing their own lives as it is. For example, many men believe they can be a reliable rock for another person, but how often do you really take stock of your own strengths and weaknesses? Take a look at your own emotional condition and readiness according to Stoic philosophy. Principles of self-awareness and self-control. No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself, Seneca once remarked. This suggests that facing and conquering problems is frequently the path to self-discovery and progress. Higher quality. Before you start dating, make sure you have the attributes that a good relationship demands: independence, honesty, and decisiveness. These qualities take time, patience, and work to build. Additionally, be open to vulnerability and compassionate toward people around you. The Stoic concept of self-examination states that before committing to a relationship, one should take stock of their current situation and make sure they have everything under control. It was advocated by Marcus Aurelius. You need to search inside to identify your strengths and areas for improvement from within. A wellspring of power is always there if you are willing to seek. Pause for some introspection on how you're feeling. Think about it. As relationships grow, decisions involving other people get more complicated. If you're always fighting off personal issues or dealing with emotional instability, those problems can spill over into your relationship, causing unnecessary stress and conflict. So ask yourself, are you independent, honest, and confident when making decisions? Reflect on the real world. Are you secure in your financial situation? Do you have a strong network of loved ones who have your back? Can you weather relationship storms without letting your identity slip? These are important questions to ask yourself as you evaluate whether you're ready for a relationship. Relies on your desire to work on yourself. If you're secure in your path and your life is steady, then you could be ready. But if you're still finding your way, it's good to take the time to develop. Enjoy this time of growth and development. Prioritize the development of your emotional intelligence, communication skills, and self-worth. These endeavors will not only improve your partner finding abilities, but will also enhance your life in many other ways. Number 4, fear of being alone. Are you seeking a girl free out of fear of solitude? It's a common scenario where individuals anxious about being single dive into relationships for all the wrong reasons. They're not genuinely looking to share their lives with someone. Instead, they're trying to fill a void left by a previous relationship. This approach often leads to unhealthy dynamics and unmet expectations from a Stoic viewpoint. It's crucial to recognize that your partner isn't there to make you feel whole. Instead, they are a companion to share your journey. This means that before you can have a healthy relationship with someone else, you must first be at peace with yourself. Ask yourself this straightforward question: am I eager to share my life with someone? It's normal to have fears about being alone, but the first step isn't to get into a relationship without first figuring out why you're terrified of being alone. Lack of completion. In order to overcome this phobia, he worked on developing his sense of self-worth and independence. He acquired new skills, honed in on his interests, and spent quality time with loved ones. When he did decide to start a new relationship, it was to share the rich life he had created, not to satisfy a need. If you want to be in a better position to have healthier, more rewarding relationships down the road, Stoicism says you should tackle your fear of being alone first. The point isn't to run away from loneliness, but to learn from it. The significance of self-sufficiency and inner peace is emphasized by Stoicism, as is the fact that an unsatisfied existence is the result of always seeking affirmation from other people via relationships without first knowing and loving oneself. If you want to avoid entering relationships impulsively and find a partner who enhances your life, it's best to develop a strong sense of independence. If you're still here, please share your thoughts by commenting or just typing "I refuse to let my fear of being alone control my actions." If you enjoy the content, your feedback is really helpful and motivates us to make more videos. Now, let's move on to number 5, jumping into new relationships after a breakup. This habit, called rebounding, is problematic for a few reasons. 1. People often start a new relationship before they've had a chance to process the end of the previous one. In essence, they're just trading partners without giving themselves enough time to grieve. This is both inconsiderate and harmful to their mental health. Starting a new relationship too soon after a breakup prevents you from giving yourself the chance to react thoughtfully to the end of your previous relationship. Instead, you're just diverting your attention from the pain and missing the opportunity to grow from it, according to Epicurus, a famous Stoic philosopher. It's important to give yourself space to heal and reconnect with your inner self. What it was like, spend some time reflecting on your past relationship, learning from your mistakes and figuring out how to avoid repeating them. This reflective period can help you reevaluate your goals and discover your ideal partner. It's a chance to get back to know yourself and lay a better groundwork for future relationships. Imagine a scenario where John is recently single after a long-term relationship. Instead of immediately seeking a new partner, he chooses to spend time alone doing things he enjoys and reflecting on his past relationship. He starts writing down his thoughts and feelings in a journal, which helps him move on in a healthy way. When he is ready, he enters a new relationship with a clear head and a better idea of what he wants in a partner. Incorporating Stoic ideas into one's life entails cultivating self-control and patience. Last thought after a split: resist the need to rush into a new relationship too soon because you're afraid of being alone. Instead, utilize this time to strengthen yourself and be more resilient. When it comes to finding a girlfriend, your intentions count. Take the time to recover, reflect, and develop. By doing so, you will respect yourself and your feelings and be better equipped for a healthier and more rewarding relationship in the future. Unfortunately, there are guys who pursue partnerships not out of a sincere desire to build a life with another person, but rather for the social benefits that accompany having a girlfriend. Seeking recognition is a futile endeavor that will never provide the Stoics' fulfillment. Remind us that we must look inside, not outside, for the source of our happiness. If you're in a relationship only to boost your social standing, it shows that you're emotionally immature and insecure. Instead of acting in accordance with your own wants and principles, you are letting the views of others control your decisions. Consider a scenario where you get into a relationship with the intention of improving your social status. As time goes on, your partner will also notice that your motivation is superficial, and this can lead to dissatisfaction and even resentment. It's important to be emotionally invested in the relationship to avoid hurting someone who is. Imagine a man named Alex who, in his pursuit of a girlfriend, thinks he can boost his social status and seem more successful than he actually is. This kind of behavior is cruel and unjust and contradicts the Stoic principle of living virtuously and justly. The Stoics would advise him to focus on self-improvement and finding fulfillment within himself before seeking a relationship, but he is more concerned with how others perceive the relationship than he is with developing a real connection with his partner. As the relationship progresses, his girlfriend senses his lack of commitment and feels used and unappreciated, resulting in a painful breakup for both of them. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. When you approach relationships from a place of self-contentment and genuine interest, you build connections that are meaningful and lasting. If you are unhappy with your social status, it's an issue you need to address on your own. Work on building your confidence, cultivating your interests, and living according to your values. 7th, having a relationship based on real care and respect is far more valuable than any social status. Oh, we've all been there. We're walking down the street when we see a couple holding hands or laughing, and it makes us think, I really need a girlfriend. This momentary feeling of envy can spark a longing for companionship, but in the long run, it should be about sharing a mutual bond and growing together, not about using someone to improve your social image. The wisdom of Stoicism may help us go further into this and tackle it wisely, so let's do just that. According to Stoic ideals, being envious of couples doesn't always indicate a sincere desire for a partnership. It's crucial to go deep into what drives us. Do you really want a deep and lasting relationship, or are you enchanted by the superficial? Benefits of a girlfriend: for a couple to have a real connection, they need to put in the work, understand each other, and display love in public. When you see them laughing at a coffee shop, it might be a hint that they have a shared joke, comprehending one another, And developing a strong relationship, having an inordinate amount of jealousy towards couples, doesn't necessarily mean you're ready for a relationship. It could just mean you like the idea of having a girlfriend and aren't prepared to put in the effort required to maintain a relationship. Keep single if you haven't given much thought to your relationship goals and the sacrifices you're willing to make. Before you start dating, make a list of everything you value in a partner, the characteristics you're willing to make, and the kind of relationship that fits in with your values and way of life. Are you on the hunt for a soulmate who will complete you, validate your beliefs, and encourage your personal development? Or are you more concerned with finding someone to satisfy a need or fit in with cultural norms? Instead of jumping into a relationship with a jealous heart, Stoicism stresses the need of self-improvement and patience. Put your time to good use by developing the attributes that will make you an asset to the world. The ability to empathize with others, bounce back from setbacks, and have emotional intelligence are all qualities that may make you a more desirable spouse and better able to navigate the challenges of a committed relationship. Even though envy is a normal emotion, it's important to keep a level head when you experience it. To guarantee that you start a relationship with someone significant and for the right reasons, it is wise to think on your genuine desires, understand what you want in a partner, and concentrate on personal improvement. This deliberate approach aligns with the wisdom of Stoicism. 8. Time commitment. In our fast-paced world, time is a precious commodity, and how we choose to spend it reveals our priorities. Thus, it is important to remain patient and concentrate on becoming the best version of yourself so that you will be truly prepared when the right person comes along. For some, the availability of leisure time is almost endless. From a Stoic point of view, our time management skills reveal our core beliefs and the things that are actually essential to us, even when other people sometimes feel overwhelmed by their careers, interests, and friendships. According to Marcus Aurelius, we should be careful with the time we spend on various activities. Moreover, we should behave in accordance with our genuine objectives and priorities. Emotionally ensure you have the capacity for a relationship. It's perfectly okay if you find that you don't have the time right now. This self-awareness is crucial because it prevents future conflicts and misunderstandings. For instance, if you're constantly canceling plans or unable to be present in the relationship, it will lead to frustration for both parties. Moreover, having a girlfriend is not just about fitting someone into your life, it's about creating a shared life together. This requires not just time but also emotional and mental space. If your current lifestyle doesn't allow for this, it's important to acknowledge that you might not desire a girlfriend as much as you think. Recognizing this is a step towards living a balanced and fulfilled life true to your values and priorities. Just as the Stoics advocated, remember, evaluating your time commitment is an essential step before diving into a relationship. The wisdom of the Stoics teaches us to live intentionally, to be mindful of our choices, and to ensure that our actions align with our true priorities. Doing so will not only help you have a meaningful relationship, but it will also set you up for a balanced existence overall. When you're on the hunt for a partner, there's one cardinal rule you should always keep in mind: respect. Ignore Stoic principles of deference and thoughtfulness. Our character and virtue are shown by the way we treat others. According to Seneca, we should act not as if we should live for our bodies, but as if we could not survive without them. This implies that you should treat your girlfriend with the respect and care befitting an equal, not just a partner. Prioritizing her needs and listening attentively to her thoughts are all ways to show her respect as an individual. Being respectful goes beyond just being polite. It entails really thinking about what she has to say and not dismissing her concerns when she brings them up. Instead, you should engage with her, try to understand her point of view, and then offer your support. This will build trust and respect between you. Thanks for tuning in. If you learned something new today, share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.